Okay, and we're back and we're doing Big Ideas Math. We're on exercises 3.3 and we're on the first exercise. And we're going to be talking about the different properties of math. The first property we're going to talk about is the cumulative. The, the cumulative property of addition is true for the sum of fractions. Okay, so basically what cumulative means is that we can move things around. I can move something, the 1/5 over here plus 3/5 equals, well, I can keep my 3/5 right, move it to the front, and then I can move my 1/5 to the back. So 1/5 plus 3/5 is going to equal the same thing as 3/5 plus 1/5. Now, when I add fractions, I just add my numerators. So, and I keep my denominators the same. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. So my answer would be 3/5 plus 1/5. And then 4/5 is the same as saying 4/5. Associative property is just throwing a little parentheses around it. So it says select all the algebraic expressions that can be simplified using the associative property of addition. So x plus 8 plus 4 is the same as saying, we could move this over here and we could say x and parentheses 8 plus 4. 4 plus x plus 8 and 4 plus 8 plus x. So again, we can just flip these guys around and we're both the same. Select all the algebraic expressions that can be simplified using the associative property of multiplication and the multiplication property of 1. Okay, the multiplication property of 1, also known as the multiplicative identity, states that a times 1 equals a. That means any number multiplied by 1 just stays that same number. Multiplying by 1 does not change anything. So in order for these to be right, it has to be both the associative property and the multiplication of 1. Multiplication by 1, multiplication by 1, multiplication by 1. This one right here does not. It's not being multiplied by 1. Now, when I look at these answers as well, I can move this parentheses over and make it x times 1. I can move this parenthesis over here and make it 4 times 1, or 1 times x, and they're all going to be the same. So now we're talking about the associative and we're talking about the commutative. So here we have associative just means we throw those parentheses, the numbers stay exactly the same order, we just change around the numbers. When we look at cumulative, we are changing around the numbers. This is cumulative. The x plus 4 is changed to 4 plus x. 9 plus 7 plus w, 9 plus 7 plus w. Well, that is different. This is the associative. See how they put the parentheses around the 7 plus w? 3 plus b plus 2 equals b plus 3. Well, this is commutative. They've picked up numbers and changed them around. 4 plus n plus 6, n plus 4. Again, they've changed these around. So these three are the same. They're all commutative, where this is associative. They've now left the numbers in the exact same order. So this one does not belong with the other ones. And the reason being is because it is associative and the other three are commutative properties. Tell which property the statement illustrates. 5 times p equals p times 5. Well, again, they're moving around our numbers. They're moving around in the community, so they are the commutative. Now, what kind? Are they multiplication or division, or excuse me, multiplication or addition? 5 times p is a definitely multiplication. So I'm hoping I did not finish this question, but basically we have our which statement does not belong, and we can see that all of these, the numbers have been moved. X plus 4, 3 plus 2, so these are all cumulative. This right here is associative because what they did was they kept the numbers exactly the same. They just changed the parentheses or they changed the numbers that they're associated with. So this one does not belong because it is associative and the other three are commutative. This property is 5 times p equals p times 5. It is commutative because it's changed around. The numbers have changed in the community or in the variable. Now it is a multiplication problem. 2 plus 12 plus r. 2 plus 12 plus r. What did they do? They changed where the parentheses are or where things are associated. This is the associative property, and it's not multiplication, it is addition. 4 times x times 10 is the same as 4 times x times 10. It's the associative property, and this is multiplication. X plus 7.5 equals 7.5 plus x. They are changing around. They're picking up pieces, and they are part of a community. This is the commutative property. They have just picked everything up and switched it around, and this is not multiplication, this is addition. C plus 2 plus 0 equals C plus 2. This is an addition property of 0. Adding 0 to any number does not change its quantity. The property is multiplication because it's a times 1 equals a, and it's the property of 1. Adding or multiplying 1 times any number is going to give you the same number. Ta-da! You're finished!